Hello and welcome to The Pond, the strange corner of YouTube, where we do reviews, deep dives, analyze Disney villains, and on shorts, we highlight the homestead. I'm talking pigs, chickens, cows, and wildlife. That's awesome. Yeah, we're weird. I'm your host, the Bullfrog, and the newt isn't behind the camera. He's actually doing his best to expand the pond. He's doing game reviews as well. So when you see his stuff, give him some love. I want him to succeed. This is an emergency review. Look, there's a lot of talk and a lot of hubbub about 2. It's the #1 animated movie, and it's made 2. You hear that? 2 billion. I want to understand why this is so big. But in order to do that, I had to watch the first movie. That's one of the reasons why I had to do this. I need to talk about it. Nay, I need to do a review on Nezah. This movie begins with a prologue. And the prologue tells about a pearl. Now, this isn't a pearl you open a clam and go, oh, looks kind of nice. Maybe I could give it to my wife. Unmarried. The pearl is this. This is a creature that came from heaven and earth, and it is powerful. Powerful enough to be a threat to the immortals. So, the immortals sent 2 of their best grandmasters to contain and hold the pearl. The masters fought, but they did this without working as a team. They worked more as individuals trying to contain this pearl.
I was just playing around.
Once it was caught, the pearl was refined into 2 pieces. Good and bad. Basically the spirit half and the demon half. And the grand immortal, the #1 guy, says, hey, there's a guy down on earth. He's given me a lot of respect. I'm going to give him respect. His 3rd son will be the reincarnation of the good part of this pearl. While this ritual is going to happen to turn the good part of this pearl to the son, it was interrupted. The 3rd-born son of this family is going to be the reincarnation of the demon half of this pearl.
Ouch.
Right on birth, this baby is aimed to destruction no matter what. And it is powerful. The master and father tame the baby, but this master says the baby has to die. Oh. Through the will of the mother, she manages to show that there's humanity to this child. But this baby is marked for death. The heaven wanted to destroy the demon part of the pearl. But who would have guessed that our heroes would give birth to the dark half? Though mom fought for this baby's life, she'll only have 3 years with him, because on the 3rd year, a heavenly lightning bolt is going to come down and strike him dead. Good golly, Miss Molly, what have you written, China? Because I need a drink. This is, wow, nuts. On the right way. And all this is basically the beginning of the movie. You can tell why I want to go, wow, right? Not exactly. There's more. The animation of this movie is gorgeous. And I mean gorgeous. These Chinese companies that animated this movie gave Disney and Pixar a brown paper package wrapped in a beautiful bow, and when Disney and Pixar will open it, they'll realize they just handed us our rear end. That's how good it is. And that is the first movie. The second movie, I have seen it in the theater, is light years better. Damn! What makes the first Nezah movie astronomical compared to Western animation is the fact that it is pure imagination. I am not kidding. I haven't seen an animated movie that had this levels of imagination on the big screen. What do I mean? I'll describe one location. That's it. This place is a Chinese palace with a grass courtyard. It's in a flower, and this flower is in the middle of a pond, which was really a lake, filled with a lot of other flowers, each one having its own biome. And the only way to get to this place is through a paintbrush. This is a painting. You can enter and exit only with a paintbrush. And who wields that paintbrush in this location is basically a god. They can create whatever they want. They can shape this world to be whatever they want through this paintbrush.
Yes, please.
I haven't seen anything like that on the big screen from America. Why? Why aren't we this imaginative? Why? I feel like we are personally robbing ourselves. Look, for all you that are watching me right now, Viva America, and going, Bullfrog, what are you talking about? You're a little... Look, watch any animated movie in the 1950s to the current time. Have we ever made anything that imaginative, nay, that jaw-dropping on the big screen? I can tell you guys will say, oh, yeah, we messed up. Yes, we do. Why is it that we have a limitation to imagination on the medium that demands the most imagination?
Because I'm an idiot. Happy?
There's a reason why I really don't like Upward. This is supposed to be imagination. You guys had the chance to go all out. And what did you do? You went like a suburb. Why? Why? Go all out. And we don't. This is what happens when you go all out. You get Nezah. Not one, but Nezah 2 as well. These are the most gorgeous, the most jaw-dropping, the most... I can't believe we haven't been thinking of that ever for animation on the big screen. I know that was a long rant, but it is worth it. Why do we limit ourselves? Why?
Agreed.
And you want to know what the bigger kicker is about this movie? Characters, storytelling is really well done. I'm not kidding, and I will die on this hill. Look, I have the knowledge of the second movie. The knowledge of the second movie, watching the first one, my jaw dropped. There's actually a lot of foreshadow, a lot of clues and hints that made me go, wait a minute. This is actually subtle storytelling. This level of storytelling is kind of reserved for, well, more mature audiences. I'm not kidding. I doubt we ever gone this much in depth for an animated story in America. Ouch. Can't spoil. There's a phrase, a sentence in the first movie that I didn't notice. But after watching the second movie and seeing this first one, rewatching it, and hearing that sentence, wait a minute, that's introducing this moment. Okay. That's amazing. Wait, the prologue. That moment actually will tie in to this moment. Wait, this character, with the knowledge of the second movie, I have no idea how to react. I am not kidding. I have no idea how to think about these characters now. It's too complicated.
Chef's kiss?
Thank you. Taking characters that you have established, and in the second movie, even though I'm talking about the first movie mainly, but the knowledge of the second movie, and then watching this first movie, I see the bigger depths. I see the deeper reasonings. Actually, I can understand why said character is doing this choice. It's because of this. Who's ever in charge of Nezah, they are not following the rhythm and style of Disney's Star Wars. No, these movies are connecting. I think the first act of the story is the first movie. The second act is the second movie, and I'm on pins and needles for the third one. I'm not kidding, people. Watch these two movies and then watch the first one again, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Really?
It's like you care. And I am grateful for that. Is there a flaw? Yes, there is. Mainly in this movie in particular. The humor is very fart and pee based. It's very juvenile. And there is a lot of cheese. It's not astronomical, far from it. It's very portioned, rationed. But it's still there. There's still that cheesy that you're going, oh crap, why did you do this to me? Why? I know this is more aimed at a younger audience, and you are playing to that younger audience. But at the same time, you're showing blood. This is a kid's movie, and yet you're showing blood. This is a kid's movie, and you're going off into these deeper moments. You're too beautiful.
You have nice manners.
Your humor hinders you, but everything else is just too well done. Well, on a scale from 1 out of 7, I give it a 6. I admit, though, this is because of the rewatch. If it was my first time watching this movie, I would give it a 5 out of 7.
Wait, what?
I need to talk about this movie, and I can't wait for the second movie. Heck, I would love to have these both on Blu-ray. But until that time comes, this is the Bullfrog signing out.
也是个孩子，谁那时呀，长大后是善